Good morning. It is Monday, December 1st, 2025. It's hard to believe that we're just a month away from 2026, and I'm actually barely used to writing 2025. That still just seems weird. But hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving week last week. I just wanted to share with you some really good news. Something that happened today that's going to happen today, actually. I got an email this morning from a law firm, and they are upgrading their subscription with AI Peak Biz. And part of the purpose that I'm doing all this is just kind of log my journey of my businesses that I work from home, Frontline Legal Nurse Consulting and AI Peak Biz, as well as hopefully give some motivational content and uplifting content to you. But with the upgrade in the subscription, for the first time, AI Peak Biz is actually going to be operating in the black. And my wife and I, Donna, we have morning Bible studies that we do with each other. And on Mondays, we have a meeting in which we plan our week out, and we look at our budget, we look at our finances, we look at the plans for the week and what it is that we're going to do and how we're going to move forward and what the things that we need to do. I have some meetings today, and the course of the conversation at the beginning of the month, we have some rather hefty payments that we have to make. And boy, for a minute when I was looking at the finances, and I'm like, I am not sure we're going to be able to make these payments. But you know what? God is good and He is faithful. And in this whole journey from when I left the hospital and in 2022, I believe it was, and started Frontline Legal Nurse Consulting, we got down right to the last wire. The day before we were going to be late on our house payment, I got my first case. And all along the way, God has been faithful. We've never missed a payment. And anyone that's started a business, it takes a lot of capital and a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of 14, 16, 18-hour days. I've had 36-hour days where just work nonstop to the point of exhaustion. And so it's really good. It's really good. AI Peak Biz has been in business now for, I would say consistently, it's been in business for 6 months. And as far as me learning AI and what AI does, for the last year, I've been really studying AI and learning how I can implement this business for other businesses. I'm developing a couple of apps, one for law firms, one for churches, and having meetings today with a law firm about the app and the implementation. And I'm having a meeting with another church today about the app and the implementation. So it's really exciting. There's really wonderful things happening, and God is good. But I just wanted to share with you briefly part of the conversation I had with Donna this morning. We were talking about the Jewish nation. So if you remember in the Old Testament, the Israelite nation, they wound up in Egypt. And I'm not going to go into how they wound up there, but they were in Egypt, and there were 600,000 to 2 million people were captives. They became slaves in the country of Egypt. And God sent Moses to deliver his people out of Egypt. And in the course of that process, there were 10 plagues that fell on Egypt, and the people of Israel, they saw these plagues fall. They literally watched the country, the nation of Egypt, it was destroyed. And they left Egypt, and God actually showed up in a pillar of fire and cloud cover by day. And so these people had seen incredible miracles. And the route that they took through the desert, they came up to the Red Sea. And I'm looking in Exodus chapter 14. And Pharaoh, if you remember the story, Pharaoh said, you know what? I'm going after these people. And so in chapter 14, Exodus chapter 14, verse 10, it says, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. So they're in this position. They're literally between a rock and a hard place. They have the ocean and they have the sea in front of them, and if you look geographically where they were, they're literally like in a ravine. They're trapped. They can't go anywhere. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you dealt this way with us? And you carried us out of Egypt. They were like, we would rather be slaves than die out here. And Moses, verse 13, and Moses said unto the people, fear not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you will see them no more forever. And the rest of the story is that the Red Sea was parted and they walked across the Red Sea on dry land. And so, I don't know what you're facing in your life. I know in our own life, we have our difficulties, but God provides. And if you're between a rock and a hard place, you just stand still and see what God is going to do for you. So I hope this helps. Hope you're blessed by the best. Until next time.